Welcome back. Let this be a moment of stillness and decision. In every life, there comes a point where words lose their power and action must take their place. Where wanting is no longer enough. Where belief must become movement. That moment is not coming, it is here. If you want to build a life that has weight and meaning, you must understand consistency, not occasional effort, not motivation when it feels good. Consistency, steady, quiet, unshakable. It is the silent force that separates those who imagine from those who become. It turns raw potential into visible progress. It turns belief into results. Many ask for blessings, but few remain faithful long enough to receive them. Life does not respond to desire. It responds to commitment. The world does not reward good intentions. It responds to disciplined action repeated daily. You can pray for change endlessly, but if your actions do not align with that prayer, it remains only a wish. Consistency is what gives your prayers direction. Without it, effort scatters. With it, effort compounds. There will be days when your energy is low, when the world feels distant, when silence follows your prayers. In those moments, doubt appears and asks, "Where is God?" This is where consistency is tested. Faith without consistency is just sound. Faith lived through consistent action becomes strength. What matters is not how you move when life feels full, but how you move when nothing seems to respond, when doors remain closed, when people leave. When progress is invisible, true consistency is formed in quiet seasons, unseen seasons, solitary seasons. Sometimes blessings are delayed, not as punishment, but as preparation. Not everything you ask for can be carried by the version of you that asks. Consistency shapes you into someone who can hold what is coming. Staying steady in darkness is what prepares you to stand calmly in light. Consistency is faith made visible. Showing up without evidence is faith in motion. Continuing without reassurance is faith in motion. Choosing to act with integrity after disappointment is faith in motion. Each time you remain consistent, it is noticed. Persistence is recorded. Because faith is not proven by intensity, it is proven by endurance. Most people stop too early. They expect results before roots have formed. They want outcomes without upkeep. But nothing meaningful grows without process. There are no shortcuts here. Consistency is the path, and walking it calmly daily without negotiation is how you stay true to yourself. He works through persistence, not convenience. Consider Noah. He was told to build an ark in a world that had never seen rain. People mocked him, questioned him, dismissed him. Yet he remained steady. Strike by strike, piece by piece, day after day, he worked in silence and faith. Then the rain came. Consistency preserved his life. This is the pattern. A vision is given, but the work is yours. A dream is revealed, but the discipline is required. A promise is spoken, but the process must be walked. There are no results without daily order. Effort is honored. Persistence is expanded. Consistency is empowered. When what you prayed for finally arrives, you will understand that the waiting, the labor, the repetition were not rejection. They were preparation. Sometimes blessings are held back until steadiness proves they can be sustained, because inconsistency destroys what miracles produce. You may feel nothing is changing, but not everything grows upward first. Some growth happens below the surface. Like bamboo, strength is formed underground before it rises. Foundations are built so elevation does not become collapse. Do not grow tired of doing what is right. Do not grow tired of returning. Do not grow tired of prayer. Do not grow tired of belief. Each time you remain consistent, strength is stored. You are not being ignored. You are being reinforced. Showing up adds endurance. Believing adds clarity. Working shapes direction. Faith believes it will happen. Consistency decides to continue until it does. This is the posture of one who is disciplined. This is the spirit of one who endures. When life feels heavy, return to prayer, then return to action. When action feels difficult, return to prayer, then act again. Faith without movement has no life. and consistency is the pulse of movement. There is no stage where consistency is no longer required. Even achievement must be maintained. The moment repetition stops, decline begins. What created progress must be preserved. Those who can be trusted with routine are the ones who advance. Those who remain grounded when praised, steady when comfortable, and disciplined when it becomes dull, these are the ones who are elevated. David did not step into kingship suddenly. Long before Goliath, he lived in the fields, guarding sheep day after day, writing songs in solitude, serving faithfully where no one watched. There was no applause, no recognition. Yet his private consistency shaped his public victory. This is the order. What you repeat in silence determines what happens in the open. Do not believe your effort is unseen. Every quiet act is observed. Every early morning, every late night, every moment of restraint, every time you forgive, every time you help while needing help yourself. It is all accounted for. Nothing is wasted. Faithfulness is not forgotten. It is stored. There is a time to pray and a time to act. A time to trust and a time to build. A time to pause and a time to rise. Consistency teaches discernment. It creates balance between effort and surrender, between patience and movement. Trust is not spoken, it is lived. If belief appears today and disappears tomorrow, it is not faith. Faith continues, it repeats, it remains. Prayer that returns again and again becomes strength in motion, and that is what is answered. Peter did not walk on water because of uniqueness, but because of obedience maintained. The moment his focus shifted, he sank. Focus sustains strength. When consistency fades, direction is lost. This is why attention must be renewed daily, not occasionally, not only in difficulty. Faith is not seasonal, it is continuous. Discipline your connection. Begin before distraction, acknowledge before noise. Return even when tired. Every repeated act of devotion becomes protection. Storms will come. What holds you then is what you practiced before they arrived. Do not wait for collapse to begin building. Establish steadiness now. Consistency in calm creates stability in chaos. It becomes defense against fear. Fear does not respond to talent. It retreats from persistence. Distraction, delay, and discouragement are tools meant to break rhythm. Refuse them. Maintain direction. Continue walking. When steadiness is preserved, outcome is inevitable. Consistency transforms faith into force. Results may not be visible yet, but something lasting is being formed. Each time trust is chosen over understanding, it is acknowledged. Each time you move forward through pain, protection surrounds you. Each time faith replaces fear, your resolve deepens. Do not pursue outcomes. Commit to consistency and outcomes will follow. Others may appear to advance more quickly. Do not compare. Every path unfolds in its own time. What consistency carries forward cannot be reached through shortcuts. When the moment arrives, access will be granted that cannot be blocked. Until then, remain steady. Continue believing. Continue preparing. What appears sudden is only the result of years of repetition. Faith knows it is possible. Consistency remains present until it happens. With that posture, stability replaces anxiety. Delays are not meant to discourage, but to strengthen endurance. What arrives too early is easily lost. What is shaped through consistency endures. There are no instant transformations. Growth requires immersion. Remain steady in direction, in devotion, and in patience. Faithfulness is answered with reward. Consistency does not soften life, it fortifies you. It does not remove resistance. It conditions you to move through it. Resistance strengthens capacity. Each day of repetition increases resilience. You become more difficult to deter, more difficult to fracture, more difficult to stop. Speed is praised, immediacy is celebrated. But endurance is what sustains. What is rushed fades. What is repeated remains. Consistency is a capacity that strengthens with use and weakens with neglect. Many begin with intensity but end without follow-through. Desire is present, discipline is absent. Aspiration exists, routine does not. The reward is wanted without the repetition. Greatness that lasts requires presence, even when emotion withdraws. Feelings pass. Commitment remains. Waiting to feel ready delays movement. Progress is not built on comfort, but on steadiness. Consider the one who plants. The ground is not disturbed daily to check results. Trust is placed in the process. The work continues. The care is repeated. Time is respected. And when the season arrives, the harvest appears. This is the order of life. Consistency is the daily planting of faith, even when no growth is visible. It is patience practiced, while every impulse urges retreat. Discipline is required, not because it is comfortable, but because it is essential. The future is shaped by those who do not withdraw. There are moments when stopping feels easier than continuing, when support is absent. Progress is hidden, and silence follows prayer. These are the moments where consistency carries the greatest weight. Enduring through them forms stability of character. Consistency is not flawlessness. There will be missteps, losses, and difficult days. Steadiness means returning each time. It means refusing to allow one moment to define the next. The difference is not ability, but repetition. Those who advance experience failure, yet they return. Those who fall away stop when discomfort appears. This is the distinction. Awareness may be present. Delay may test patience. Doubt may question significance. Yet no effort is unseen. Every quiet prayer is acknowledged. Every silent tear is counted. Every step taken without recognition is recorded. In its proper season, what was hidden will be revealed with increase. This is the nature of consistency. It remains unnoticed until its impact becomes undeniable. Small actions repeated produce lasting transformation. One prayer, one choice, one page, one act. Continued over time, they reshape direction. Short-term ability is often overestimated. Long-term discipline underestimated. Growth does not require haste, it requires steadiness. Stability is preferred over speed. What arrives before readiness becomes loss. What comes after preparation becomes purpose. When direction feels unclear, return to structure. Reflect, act, rest, and repeat. Rhythm restores strength. This is cooperation with the divine, effort maintained, promise fulfilled. What is offered consistently is what is multiplied. What is brought forward faithfully is what is expanded. Continue giving. Continue serving. Continue believing. Applause is not required. Momentum is. Each step forward weakens doubt. Persistence silences hesitation. Steadiness builds resolve. When consistency is maintained, uncertainty loses its influence. Consistency is a language of faith. Each time you return, you communicate trust without explanation. It says belief remains even when evidence is absent, and this form of faith is recognized. At times, steadiness will create discomfort in others. Growth exposes stagnation. Labels will appear: serious, obsessed, changed. Accept them. Change is the intention. Comfort may be exchanged, but peace is gained. Distance from the crowd brings clarity of purpose. Discipline may be mocked in the beginning and sought after in the end. Remain quiet. Let outcomes speak. Consistency must also be practiced inwardly. Many remain reliable for obligations outside themselves, yet abandon promises made within. Each delay teaches the mind doubt. Each follow-through restores trust. Confidence is rebuilt through alignment of word and action. Small commitments honored daily reshape self-belief. Respect for oneself grows when intention is matched with execution. This is not about speed, but direction. Each repeated step brings alignment with purpose. What is maintained in private defines what appears in public. Discipline cannot be imitated. Consistency reveals character over time. Strength is remaining unchanged by circumstance, steady in lack and in abundance. This is not performance. This is integrity. Integrity invites favor. Everything created moves by rhythm. Day follows night. Cycles repeat. Tides respond. Order is sustained through repetition. Faithfulness is woven into design. To move against consistency is to move against structure. What is steady reflects what is divine. Return even when resistance is present. The most difficult moments leave the deepest mark. There is a story of a man who carried water each day with 2 containers, one whole, one cracked. By the time the climb was finished, one held less. Apology followed. The response was calm. Look along the path. Life had grown where the water had fallen. Seeds were placed there. And each day the cracks provided the water. This is consistency. Even in brokenness, steady faith nourishes something meaningful. It may remain unseen, but it is not unnoticed. Imperfection is not a reason to stop. Continue regardless. Doubt will speak, reminding you of past failure, predicting future defeat. Yet repetition quiets that voice. Rising again after falling dismantles it. Failure is an event. Quitting is a decision. Consistency refuses that decision. Through steadiness, identity shifts. Thought becomes action. Fatigue becomes resolve. Hope becomes commitment. Consistency is no longer something you do. It is who you become through refusal to stop. There is no ideal moment to begin. The moment is now. Discipline must lead when motivation fades. Emotion changes. Choice remains. Readiness is not required. Movement is. One step follows another. This is how distance is crossed. Faithfulness is the measure, not speed. When you stumble, return. This too is consistency. Strength is not perfection, it is continuation. Ordinary effort repeated creates uncommon resilience. Small belief maintained becomes unwavering. Pain reshapes into power. When asked how it was done, the answer is simple. Continuation when others withdrew. Consistency establishes trust. Trust becomes influence. Influence forms legacy. What is practiced today becomes light for another tomorrow. Steadiness teaches others that endurance is possible. That faith holds. That progress rewards patience. Each return matters. Each effort plants something beyond you. In the end, faithfulness is measured by presence. Not performance, not talent, not flawlessness. Continuation, this is the path. Remain steady in belief, in purpose, in values, in direction. Return even when tired. Return when the path feels long. Return when results delay. This steadiness becomes testimony. Begin each day with intention. Choose discipline over distraction. Choose faith over fear. Choose consistency over comfort. This is how strength is formed. This is how character is revealed. This is how champions are shaped. If no one has reminded you today, hear this clearly. You are progressing, even if the pace feels slow. You are becoming, even if the work is quiet. You are advancing, even if the results are not yet visible. Continue forward. One day you will look back with gratitude, not for ease, but for endurance. You will respect the version of yourself that remained steady when belief from others was absent. And you will recognize the presence that never left you while you learned to remain consistent. That steadiness has been there from the beginning. It has not withdrawn. Do not withdraw from yourself. Pause for a moment. Reflect honestly on where rhythm has been broken, faith, direction, habits, health, connection. Decide now to restore it. If this message strengthened you, pass it on to someone who needs steadiness. State clearly where consistency will be practiced starting today. Remain aligned. Remain patient. Remain grounded. Reward follows repetition. What you are waiting for is nearer than it appears. Continue forward.